I'm shocked that it took this long, but Brian Stelter has been fired from CNN. His show, hilariously titled Reliable Sources, has been canceled. And they don't even want him as a contributor, so he's gone. This Sunday will be his final show, unless CNN's new owners realize what a mistake it would be to give him another minute of airtime. As all of America knows, I discovered Brian Stelter many years ago when he was a nobody, whimpering and whining on his Sunday morning show on CNN, and after I introduced him to conservative media through my voiceovers, then everyone got in on the fun.
Little Brian Stelter is the media analyst, guru, reporter at CNN.
The president is using mind control.
The president is using mind control. I'm not kidding, little Brian Stelter. Trump is using mind control.
Brian Stelter!
Should we do this in Brian Stelter's voice? Should we rip off Mark Dice and do the entire thing in Brian Stelter's voice? Let's do it.
CNN's Brian Stelter becomes a laughingstock.
Then there's Brian Stelter. Now, Brian Stelter, this guy's no ratings whatsoever. And look, you can make fun of my voice, but his? I'm like, my voice is like Frank Sinatra compared to this guy.
CNN's Brian Stelter, that little pipsqueak.
Our nation's hall monitor, Brian Stelter.
But if Brian Stelter doesn't like you, that doesn't mean anything to me.
One of my rules, I try and never be mean about people because of their appearances. But
U.S. airlines are now considering weight limits for passengers. In other news, Brian Stelter, I hope you like trains.
Here's that weird little guy on CNN.
I'm gonna steal Mark Dice, but you know, Brian's sitting there doing reliable sources. You know what? He doesn't respect the office at all. I just can't believe it.
I've been lying in bed at night and crying. Sorry, that was my best Stelter. Did my voice?
No, it wasn't high enough.
You have to go really high like this, like Brian. You have to do like that. Yeah, well, good job. You said it. Thank you. Did it. Thank you. You said you didn't. I did. You sound like actually. You know, Mark Dice does those funny videos. So you kind of, that was good, man. You sound kind of like you.
And who could forget that time that he even got mocked to his face by veteran reporter Ted Koppel?
You can't do without Donald Trump. You would be lost without Donald Trump.
Well, that is what he says.
Ted, you know that's not true. CNN's ratings would be in the toilet without Donald Trump.
You know that's not true. You're playing for laughs.
Or when he made the mistake of going on a C-SPAN call-in show.
Mr. Stelter is the biggest minister of misinformation I have ever heard, and I'm a news junkie.
My suggestion is whatever CNN says, do the opposite, and you'll be fine.
Aurora, Indiana, this is Robert. Good morning. You're on with Brian Stelter.
So, you know, CNN is just something it's a joke.
And you're probably familiar with the Alex Jones was right meme. And, well, Alex Jones was right about Brian Stelter.
It's Brian Stelter. There it is. Oh, my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that psychopath? I mean, that is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. This smiling, leering devil that thinks you can't see what he is. He is your enemy. Period.
For me, the best part of his career was when he got confronted by Millie Weaver and Caitlin Bennett after he gave a speech at a college about his supposed journalist credentials.
Why did you block Mark Dice on Twitter?
Do you get mad at Mark Dice often?
Robert Mueller, what's that?
Do you get mad at Mark Dice often?
I don't.
Why'd you block him?
So.
Why did you block Mark Dice?
Sometimes I block people because they're trying to gain fame and stature just by making silly jokes.
You may have blocked me on Twitter, but that couldn't stop me from recording clips of your show and doing voiceovers on them. Like this one, when you tabulated the number of spelling errors on President Trump's tweets.
Everybody makes spelling mistakes. All right, everybody. I do. Everybody does. But on Twitter, Donald Trump makes a lot more of them than most people.
It's actually not that funny. I know English teachers are horrified by the president's poor form. Lots of other people are embarrassed by it too. But I've never seen anyone do a comprehensive study of his spelling errors or look at what they mean. On average, Trump makes a spelling error at least 1 out of every 5 days. And since taking office, he's made at least 188 of them total. More than 188 spelling errors on Twitter.
And who could forget that time he endorsed Michael Avenatti for president shortly before he was indicted for fraud and sent to prison.
I don't know if it's a good thing that star power and TV savvy is required for the job, but I think it is. And by the way, I think President Obama also had a lot of TV star power, and that helped him pre-Trump. But Trump is more evident of this. And looking ahead to 2020, one reason why I'm taking you seriously as a contender is because of your presence on cable news.
Yesterday actually marked 2 big moments in Brian's life. One being his show got canceled, of course. And then he became the top trend on Twitter. Now, of course, he had trended on Twitter numerous times over the last few years, always for the same reason. Everyone mocking him. But this is the first time that he became #1, the top trend. Congratulations, Brian. I always knew you would do it. With everyone making fun of him and mocking him for, well, existing, you may be wondering, does he have any actual fans who are going to miss his show? And there is one. Novelist Stephen King posted this on Twitter, which was proudly retweeted by little Brian, saying, quote, "The one show on CNN I never miss was Reliable Sources with Brian Stelter. It has been an invaluable window into how the media covers itself. Today, CNN canceled it." I guess technically it appears he has 2 fans. The other is Oliver Darcy, his little sidekick who hopefully will be fired soon as well. He tweeted that this was the end of an era. "It has been a hell of a ride working with Brian Stelter and the Reliable Sources team over the last 5 years. Brian has been a first-class colleague, mentor, and friend. I cannot wait to see what he does next." Well, the first thing he's going to do is gain another 15 pounds since he no longer has a reason to leave his apartment. Then I pray to God that he starts a YouTube channel just like his old friend Fredo. All sarcasm aside, this is bittersweet because, well, there's nobody more deserving of being unemployed than him. At the same time, he did provide us with endless material to make memes. With his whimpering and whining, his squeaky little voice, his hyperventilating over President Trump's tweets, and his contorted facial expressions, he was always there to laugh at whenever you were feeling a little depressed from the endless fake news. So please, come back to television soon. And it's in Brian Stelter's memory that I'm offering free shipping this weekend from my online store if you use the promo code POTATOHEAD at the checkout. POTATOHEAD, one word. So order my new MK Ultra Conspiracy Fact shirt, my new climate change shirt, which illustrates how the climate changes each season, or a Trump was right shirt, or any of my awesome designs. Most available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code POTATOHEAD at the checkout to get free shipping in the US this weekend, and check them out.